Well, anyone who's been looking for a BoJack Horseman live-action film needs to look no further. I wish I could do a better intro than that, but this movie's given me a lot to think about, and I'm really having trouble making it into complete sentences. Sorry to Bother You, directed by Boots Riley and stars Lakeith Stanfield and Tessa Thompson. This is the feature directorial debut of Boots Riley, and I think he's going to be one of my favorites in the time to come. He's got a very interesting eye. It's almost like Wes Anderson, if he's ever made a movie about black people, was like a mix of Noel Fielding. So Sorry to Bother You tells the story of it's like an alternate reality of the world, but like Idiocracy started already. So like they have a TV show called I Just Got the Shit Kicked Out of Me, and you can just sign up for totally legal slavery with a lifetime contract because you're that dumb. But somehow within this world of total idiocy, there are people out there who are still trying to make things better for the world, and that's kind of what this movie is meant to do. It's showing us an exaggerated version of the world to elevate real life problems in a way that, you know, is engaging and entertaining and hard to put down. I really like this movie. I've been hearing a lot of hype about it for the past few weeks, and I was honestly worried that it might be overhyped because I have a habit of not liking things that other people like. And if they tell me that it's really good, I'm going to start looking for any kind of little mistake. But this was such a weird and original movie that I had trouble keeping track of the structure of it. It was almost an experimental format for it, which I really liked. But it did make the movie feel kind of long. It paced out a little slowly at times. Like I feel like it had two middles. Or just an overly long middle bit. I don't know. Now, I like Lakeith Stanfield. I've been getting into him past couple years. I first saw him in Atlanta, and then he had a small role on Get Out. But this is the first time I've seen him star in something, and he can handle it. He can cover an entire role by himself. He's got this perfect awkwardness, but like a philosophical airiness. Like, he overthinks things too much. He brought an Employee of the Month award and a trophy to a job interview. No one has ever suggested that you do that. And in a lot of ways, he's similar to Darius on Atlanta. You know, Darius doesn't have fear, but Cassius has fear and the same thought process of the world exploding or whatever. That feeling we all get in our late 20s that nothing we do matters. Now, as I've said many times on this channel, I'm not very smart, so satire and metaphors and things generally go over my head, or at least I only pick up on a small bit of it, and I can't really thread it together into a much larger idea or concept. But I'm trying really hard. Boots Riley clearly chose telemarketers as the framing point of this because they are, if what they said in the movie is true and they're not paid, it's all on commissions, then they are just like the worst thing capitalism has ever invented. It's almost passive income for the people who own that place. And that's what this movie was doing. It was showing you late-stage capitalism at its worst, but within a modern-day confines. It wasn't a dystopic future, it was a dystopic now. And it should wake people up. I hope that it wakes people up to think about the world like this. Because I hate capitalism as much as the next mentally ill poor person, but I really related to Cassius in the feeling that, yeah, I gotta do something now, but things are going kind of good. It's sort of on an uptick, so I'm going to back off a bit and watch it from the stands. He had this whole thing about waiting on the bleachers while his friends were out raging against the system. And with Steven Yeun being in it, it was reminding me a lot of Okja, which is one of my favorite movies as well. However, unlike Okja, I did not cry during this movie. I was blown away by the plot twist in the end three-quarters with the horse people. Which, I mean, I didn't mean to wear this shirt for this. Like, I just wore this shirt because I haven't worn it in a while. And horses. Horses and people. Equus sapiens. That was fucking weird. That has got to be the hardest to explain plot twist since The Watch, I think, when all of a sudden it was an alien invasion movie and nobody believes me. I will say this wasn't quite as funny. Like, maybe when I'm watching this with my friend I'll laugh more, but in the theater when there was literally 3 people in there, including myself, there was no energy for the laughter, and I think it was pretty funny. I was laughing pretty hard at bits, but being by myself, it just kind of, I sheepishly clammed up. So, I wouldn't call it uproariously hilarious. I can't remember what one of the blurbs that I saw on the poster for this was, but they're just like rockingly funny. Those little expressions people come up with to describe something that's funny, because you can't just say it's funny. It was funny, just not what we do in the shadows funny. But I definitely look forward to Boots Riley. I want to see him make some more shit. I want to see what else he has to show me, because he's got a very surrealist look at the world, with the way the cold calls were going, with him like flopping down in front of people and using David Cross and Patton Oswalt as the white people voices, although that was a little bit bad. I don't think that the words quite match up with the mouths, and they tried to frame it so you couldn't see their mouths, especially through Lakeith Stanfield's thick beard. But it was like as bad as Drunk History. I feel like a Hollywood production can make better lip syncing for that. But it's just so cool and unique and original, and we need more like that. So go see this movie. Give them some money, but give them a reason to make more. Not a direct sequel, obviously. The horse people thing freaked me out, and I'm good on it. So make more original stuff. We need more Yorgos Lanthimos people in the world making just crazy shit for no reason.